Okay, so we've got, that's how you can create a graph. This is a really helpful way to display your data. Let's talk now about how we might misrepresent this data. So I'm going to get rid of that chart there. Let's pretend that all of this data that I got from Springbank, let's say I also did this survey at Bow Valley, and I got the exact same results. Hold on a sec. So I did the exact same survey, got the exact same results in Bow Valley. But let's say for some reason, I wanted to misrepresent this to make it look like Bow Valley students are healthier in their drink choices than Springbank students. Well, if I have all the exact same data, I know that this is also going to be exactly the same. So I'm going to say this was for Springbank, and this one over here was Bow Valley. And now I know that about a quarter, so I could actually put this into a pie chart to see kind of roughly what percent drink each thing. So I can see this gray chunk right here. That is my 9. And my 11 will correspond to this orange chunk. 16 is this blue chunk. So I can see about a quarter of students, their favorite drink is water. Okay, if I'm trying to make this sound like Springbank is less healthy, let's say for whatever reason I wanted to do that, I want to make it sound like Springbank students, there are fewer who drink water. And I want to make it sound over here, like at Bow Valley, there are more students who drink water. Here's what I can do. I don't want to show this entire chart. If we're talking about Bow Valley, this whole chart will give all of the information, and that will be all exactly the same as, oops, this Springbank information. That doesn't really help me misrepresent anything. So what I'll do instead is I'm going to pick, oh, this chart is still all messed up. I'm going to pick one of these down here that makes it sound like Springbank students don't drink much water. Now for me to do that, it's probably going to be helpful to flip it around so I can see, okay, this is the water chunk over here. So looking at just this water chunk, I can see, okay, if you were this or this, so if your favorite color was green or yellow, there weren't as many people who drank water. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to graph this whole thing anymore. I'm going to say, let's only look at this information right here. And the way that I highlighted that is if you press the command or the control key down and then you continue selecting, you can go like that. So I'm only going to show, oh, what happened here? We've got, okay, that's not what I want. Let's try again. I'm going to just get rid of this data. If we graph just this information right here, makes it look like very few students drink water. So there's 2 in total out of 13. That's not very many. Let me write that down. Maybe this bar graph isn't the best way to display this information. Maybe instead, I want to use a pie chart. So now it looks like, remember before we had a quarter of our graph was that gray chunk? Now it's significantly less than that. On the other side, if I wanted to say, let's look at the students who, or let Bow Valley, we want to make it look like they drink more water than they actually do. Let's bring back my full graph so I can see which data I want to cherry pick to make it look like that. So over here, I said, let's switch these around so I can look at just the water. It looks like this orange column, which matches up with blue, looks like students whose favorite color was blue drink more water than everyone else. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, let's get rid of all the rest of my data. And let's only present data based on that blue. So we'll go like this. From there, I'm going to put in another pie chart. And now it looks like half of the students drink water. This came from the exact same data though. So that's how you can kind of like cherry pick the information that you have to make it look like, okay, Bow Valley, these students must drink more water because it's half of this pie chart. Whereas at Springbank, well, it's a tiny little sliver over there. It's not even a quarter, which as we know, it actually is. But because of the way that I've chosen to only present on green, this should say green and yellow. And up here, I've only chosen to present on blue. That's how I can make it look like there's a different story than there actually is. Hopefully that's helpful. If you have any questions on that, let me know and we can go through it. See ya.